All right, we are back with more CCS Season 8 Championship action. The CCS Championship is here, and we've got another matchup with two teams trying to fight their way through the tournament and make it to the round of 32. It's the number 2 seed, the UCLA Bruins, bringing what has been a phenomenal season for them to the playoff atmosphere to play up against the South Dakota Coyotes, a team that is barely were able to get into the tournament, but they definitely want to make some noise here. Do the Coyotes from South Dakota, and they'll have to do it by going down through Cali, UCLA. So it should be an exciting matchup either way. And it will be underway. And as soon as we get both teams in the lobby, I've only got one team at the moment, so... First Nationals appearance for South Dakota? Indeed, I do believe so. You are correct. Can't wait to participate in CCS next season. CCS next season is going to be absolutely lit. If we have enough time in between the series, I can show the Season 9 kickoff video. So, B-Step, if you're still in the chat, along with anybody else who might be curious, I do have the kickoff video because I was the one who edited it and made it. No plugs or anything, I'm just saying. But yeah, I can show that video. I don't want to show it yet because UCLA might show up, and they did literally just as I said it, so. Alright, give me just 1 second here. All right, we've got both teams in the lobby. We are ready. I believe South Dakota is ready. Let's see, make sure UCLA is ready to start. They are. All right. So now it is time for more playoff Rocket League. We will transition into the Rocket League mood and the mindset, baby. It is that time yet again. It should be lots of fun, lots of high-flying, fast-paced Rocket League as we travel out west. We've had 2 series here in the east, and now we head out west for UCLA and South Dakota, the battle of the desert pretty much, as 2 very dry states looking to make a splash here in the CCS Season 8 Championship. Without any further ado, the number 2 seeded Bruins and the 15 seeded Coyotes of South Dakota, it's time to go. That's not right. No. Well, either way, I got the graphic wrong, but that's fine. Winner Syracuse. Syracuse played last series. What am I doing? It's all good. We lock in. We're ready to go. No, it elicited the old LOL from the chat. We're cooked. Guys, we're cooked. It's over. It's over for me. It's been a good run, though. I've had a good run, I feel like. But it ends here. We'll see which one of these two teams ends here tonight, as UCLA rocking the blue on your screen, and the orange is South Dakota. And we will be able to move on with the series. As UCLA, Darwin gets his pocket picked accidentally by his own teammate. Toon will drop it downfield. And it will be cleared up here. Scrumpy waiting on that boost. The boost was a little bit late to spawn, meaning he's a little awkward here. Luckily, South Dakota was not close enough to try and punish that for him. They'll bring it back in. Here's Chewy. Drops it down. I've heard South Dakota's roster has been called the Big Three, and they very nearly got the first goal. As Kier went for that one, unable to pierce the back of the net. And Kier once more, using a vehicle that is not an Octane or Finnick. We've been seeing that a lot in the CCS Championship. We've seen a Battle Bus. We saw Lightning McQueen earlier. And now we see, I'm not quite sure exactly which car Kier is in. Didn't get a good look at it, but you can hear it's different and see that it's different as well. So some unique presets. That might be that challenge Rocket League has in place right now to use something other than an Octane or Finnick for, I think, like 50 games or so. However much it is, getting people to broaden that horizon. The defense for South Dakota having to reach up and get that one off the backboard. That's the Porsche. Thank you for assisting me on that one. You can definitely hear it, and you can see it. I don't think the camera's really focused on Kier all that much in this game so far. We're getting Scrumpy's POV here as he chases it down. Chewy to poke it forward. Toon is back on possession, sends it up. It's going to be a redirect attempt. Drop down off the bar and in for Darwin. As he does get a little bit of help, a favorable bounce off a South Dakota defender, but the redirect was gorgeous from Darwin. It drops down and it ends up falling into the net. I think that would have been scored either way, as UCLA did have another player there. But for Darwin, that's a great way to start the series. It's got to feel good for a shot like that to go. It's 1-0. Whatever what Uzzon was using yesterday, Uzzon used an absolute plethora of vehicles yesterday. And like I said, we saw the battle bus and he was in something else. And that shot's going to be deflected wide. South Dakota now on the attack. Uncle Sam chipping this one to the back wall. UCLA with Toon has got the ball, but Kier steals it away. As the ball gets stripped here, UCLA will put one to the back wall of South Dakota. No problems yet for the Coyotes, although the double commit might create a problem. Third man got demoed. That net's just gaping and wide open, and Toon will put it home. The double commit here with Chewy and Uncle Sam spelled disaster because over in the corner, we wished Kier a fond farewell in a cloud of fire and smoke. Thanks to the demo, the Bruins up by 2 here halfway through game number 1. Kier better lock in. Withheld happiness, not proud of the effort that Kier has had so far in game number 1. This one's going to be deflected away. Here is the man himself trying to flip it forward. Scrumpy's got the steal. Sends it up. A little chipper here that gets through a wifty-wifty. A man gives his life for the cause, knocking Kier right off the pathway, and Toon's just got a bouncer into the net. As the bump, watch the bump on Kier right there. He did die in the demo, but that doesn't matter. He gave Toon a wide open lane to shoot for the ball. And a bump like that, even if you do get demoed, it is effective, and UCLA will go up by 3 because of it. We got a really good look at Kier's car, and now you can't see it anymore because it's gone, as it got demoed. Unfortunate there for Kier. He'll be back on the respawn. Second demo in a row here. Now Kier with the chip. Oh, Toon's got to be careful. Driving that ball in the opposite direction of where he wanted to head. But good possession game here. Uncle Sam with a pass ends up bouncing off of him as he got bumped into. If you've got an issue with Kier, we got a problem. Oh, not too happy with the Kier slander I see off the crossbar. Rebound towards goal. Scrumpy will strike. And a 4-0 lead now for UCLA. I do believe every single UCLA player has now shot and scored in this game. Scrumpy with a creative little shot there puts it home. The Bruins up by 4. South Dakota in trouble here in game 1, as the offense has just not been able to be found here for the Yotes. They'll try in game 2. It looks like if they can't find any sort of solution so far in game 1, a goal would go a long way for the confidence. Kier's going to send this one in deep. Darwin's got the touch. It's out of boost, though. We'll lose it. It's towards net, and Toon, who is camping in the back of the net, says, I'll take that from here. He sends it downfield with the air dribble. Toon sets up his flip. He doesn't get a follow-up touch. Oh, yes, he does. He falls right onto it, and the post shot ends up into Darwin's hands. And it's in the back of the net. As Toon with the flip reset right here, the little touch right there is what was good enough to beat the defender. And it's into the net. So 5-0 here for the Bruins. This one's going to be put towards the midfield. A bouncer towards goal. And finally, the Coyotes have life. As that was a great finish. Uncle Sam, he got bumped into. He thought maybe his party was over. But then a nice 50 win there by Chewy. Sets the ball back. And it'll be Uncle Sam to get the Yotes on the board. 5-1. The shutout bid is no more. Both teams have found a goal. But as for the Bruins, it is still all systems go. Another goal in short order here would certainly make things a little more interesting. And Chewy's going to try to find that one. His first shot did draw 2 defenders, but they make the save. And now this one's going to be chipped up, and away! Past everybody, it's in the net. Toon. As the shot just never found a defender's car. It just hung in the air. It hits the post. The camera's following him, but it did strike off the post, and then Toon put it into the back of the net. So 6-1. With the score 6-1, the legendary scoreline is in the cards. You know what I'm saying, guys? I mean, you can't speak it into existence because then it won't happen. But the planes might be queuing up here for a one-way trip. Don't go there, South Dakota! Uncle Sam with a good save, keeping the ball out, but now the storyline has been found. It's Darwin with an authoritative shot. Welcome to Brazil. Don't know if Brazil has a big population of Coyotes, but it's got 3 now as UCLA puts their 7th into the back of the net. The extra point is good. It's 7-1 Bruins. I warned them. I'm just saying, I warned them not to go there. But unfortunately, the poor Coyotes have not had a good showing here on Manfield night. It's been a rough game. But next game is a brand new ball game. Chances to make some adjustments. Learn from game number 1. And that is going to be all she wrote. As soon as the ball hits the floor, Darwin's ready to go next game. I'm with Darwin here. Come on, boys. Let the ball hit the turf. This is over. Oh, Brazil's gone. All right, well, Brazil's gone. Scrumpy was not happy with Brazil, so he's going to get one for the road. So, Scrumpy and the Bruins, 8 goals in game 1. They dispatched the Coyotes, and they're 3 wins away from moving on in the CCS Championship. As a reminder, guys, 2 more series after this one, 11 p.m. Eastern and midnight Eastern. You'll be handed off to Nation, a man who is 1 hour behind me and much more able to stream late games like that other than me. So he's got Northern Illinois taking on Alabama, and then after that, I believe it's Louisiana Tech and Kansas State. So that is what is on the docket for later. So you will be handed off back to Nation after this. I covered for him for 3 series. He's got the last 2. Kind of like an Isagi Yoichi and Nagi Seshiro energy between us right now, the dynamic duo. Looks like AJ's going to have to BRB. At least that's what they said in-game. So we'll have to wait on the kickoff for a moment. But we'll go ahead and get it transitioned on over into the Forbidden Temple for Game 2. What do you even do here as South Dakota? It's a good question. The UCLA offense looked absolutely dangerous. For South Dakota, I think some bumps would really go a long way trying to throw off that UCLA defense. And I feel like the first goal, you got to get some confidence underneath you. You got to get that first goal. See what you can do. Try to throw a little bit of chaos into UCLA's kitchen. See what sticks. But for South Dakota, fresh game, fresh set of downs. It's 0-0. And it's time to start anew here in Game 2. We've had 2 sweeps so far on stream. We've had Akron sweeping their match up against Rhode Island, and then Syracuse swept Villanova. And 2 teams moving on into the round of 32. One of these teams will be next. And we'll have to see if South Dakota can fend off the sweep. Otherwise, I am a sweep magnet tonight, and all 3 of my series will have been sweeps. 4-0 the results. This one's going to be put into the corner here. UCLA trying to dig it out. 2 players there. South Dakota do send back resources. Uncle Sam's all sorts of awkward here. No boost. He's backwards. He needs help from a Porsche. Kier lost the ball, but Shuey can clear. Now dumped forward. Shuey lost that touch. Kier with an awkward one. Darwin tries. He's got it. Toon towards net. Saved away. As South Dakota sending numbers forward. That one's going to deflect over to Darwin. Look out! On the back door. Brother is just happy to hop right on in. And UCLA, bang, bang. Off the deflection. Darwin to fire it home. It's 1-0. The graphics are so cool. Well, thank you very much. I do my best. I've told Nation, when am I going to get to produce the produce the CCS Championship? We'll make it as fire as we can. It's difficult to produce, like, go really hardcore production-wise and cast at the same time. So I'm limited to what I could do, as you saw with the Syracuse graphic that played at the beginning of the match. That was one misstep that I had I had one of the sources active that should not have been on my OBS, which, you know, it happens. Here now has the ball, shot towards target. It's a good shot, and South Dakota have tied us up at 1. As Kier, his teammate got demoed, but there's nobody to challenge him because Darwin was falling off of the crossbar and unable to get a touch on that one was Scrumpy. South Dakota have tied us up at 1. The first time that we've been tied at something other than 0-0. That's my captain. Let's go. He doesn't have a problem with Kier. He just needed to lock in, and now he's got the tying goal here in Game 2. UCLA coming back to the task, trying to break through the defense of South Dakota. They do get sent back all the way to their back wall. Do the Bruins, and Scrumpy's got the mail. Trying to carry it forward, but it's stolen away. Chewy will stay on it. You got to be careful. Uncle Sam's doubling with him. It is a shot on target, but now 2 members are committed forward. It's just Kier. One-on-one with Scrumpy, and the flip resets. Goes right up and over him. That is an icky placement right there. I mean, Kier, he's posturing, and right here as he turns, he goes behind him and high. 2 ingredients for a recipe for success right there. What a flip from Scrumpy. It's in the back of the net. UCLA go up 2-1. That double commit spelled disaster for South Dakota. So it was a one-on-one opportunity with Scrumpy, who had a flip in his pocket. This one's going to be flung across. Dropped up and popped up. Knocked away by Uncle Sam. Shout out to DCRL and Coop's Cuties. Don't know who Coop is, but apparently he's got some cuties. You know, I'm a fan of cuties. The little oranges that peel easy, those are delicious. Darwin has a goal. I was talking about fruit, and Darwin was talking about scoring. As Toon puts it up, the bouncer, slow roller. Darwin says, thank you so much. It's a great shot. Threads the needle between 3 defenders, and it's in the back of the net. UCLA have doubled their lead. It's 3-1. Do love me some citrus, though. Both the fruit and the owner of Midwest Mafia, one of the sponsors for CCS. Kier now drops it. The ball knocked off of him. Here comes Chewy to the corner. A big pinch leaves Scrumpy a chance to pop it along its way. Uncle Sam, no follow-up. Kier does have the follow-up. It's going to be punched upwards now. Carried out here by Scrumpy. Nice little deflection here, but here's Uncle Sam. Avoids the bump. Goes one-on-one with Toon in the air, and Toon got the better of him on that one. Chewy will opt to go across the field, looking for a redirect off the sidewall, but Toon takes it over from there. Towards the net, Uncle Sam has got it. Nice play. And a pop-up. Kier did not get the boost in time, meaning he'll be a little late to that ball. Luckily, he got a piece. It does get flung upwards now towards the middle of the field. Chewy now plays it. Look out. He's got Darwin there racing for him. Here comes UCLA. Drop down shot for Scrumpy, and it's in the back of the nets. As it just got more and more awkward, that deflection was a bouncer. The man in net had no boost, and you don't really know what you can do there. You just kind of have to accept your fate. Like the gif of the sinking ship with the guys saluting going down with the boat. You just kind of have to salute as you go down. And that's what happened there as UCLA sank the Coyote defense in that exchange. It's now 4-1. The Bruins have continued to extend their lead here in Game 2 after the Coyotes tied it at 1. This one's going to be pushed across. A little sidewall bouncer here trying to be picked up by both teams. It's still a jump ball midfield. Kier will try to go forward. The Porsche spun out there and then takes a bite out of a player. Not sure many people are willing to slam a Porsche into another car, but in that instance he was. Now UCLA numbers are forward. Great pass. Nobody was willing to follow it up. Right now it's just full game management territory for UCLA. Now backboard drop down. No problems for Scrumpy. Darwin's moving upfield. Toon is trying to get on the same page with him. Very nearly did. Couldn't connect on the shot. Well, for South Dakota, it was a better effort. It's not 8-1. It's 4-1. Make it almost 5-1. Chewy with a save. And they did tie the game, which, that's, every step's improvement, but UCLA will go up by 2 in the series. And they'll open up a 2-0 series lead headed into Game 3. So for South Dakota, I mean, it's just, you need more than 2 shots. That's the big problem in my book. I mean, UCLA is going to do UCLA things, but for South Dakota, you got to generate a little bit more of a something in their half and make these Bruins have to earn it. So that would be a good starting place for me if I'm South Dakota. The Coyotes need to launch an attack. Coyotes are stronger in packs. You need all 3 teammates chipping in and moving forward. Let's see if they can start the comeback against UCLA here in Game 3. As Chewy knocks it in deep. Good play by Darwin to go next. That ball flung over the net. Oh, but it's a miss here by UCLA. It's going to become awkward if they don't get a follow-up touch, but they got one. Toon now gets it over from Scrumpy. He and Darwin go to work to try and clear, but South Dakota have done a good job in this opening minute, keeping UCLA hemmed in their half. At least for the first 30 seconds, and now they'll have to go back to their backboard and play a little bit of fetch with the ball here. Chewy to clear. He knocked into UCLA's hands. Darwin's got it. Sends it upfield. Uncle Sam's there. Waiting and pinches across. This one popped up. Drop down bid from Toon is no good. Darwin to go next. Sorry if my voice got a little muffled. It's Darwin to score. I was pouring me a little bit more drink because I am parched. But Darwin is anything but parched here as he quenches his thirst with another goal out of the corner and into the back of the net. It's 1-0 Bruins early on here in game number 3. There's been no drama tonight except for shaky internet. That is so real. That is extremely real. We've had no drama. The teams that are supposed to win have. The teams that aren't supposed to win, at least statistically, I'm just saying on paper, the teams that aren't supposed to win have not won a game as of yet. This one's going to be flung off the backboard. Just a chance for South Dakota to try and get some breathing room. It's a nice play. Somebody just got demoed on UCLA's side. Doesn't matter because Scrumpy has got lots of time with this ball. Send it out, and the deflection goes mid. See you later, Toon. He gets blown away. Little pinch here forward. Chewy's got the ball. Toon on the respawn. He goes over him, and Darwin has to reach up. Try and play it across. Now South Dakota having to watch as here comes Toon on the counterattack. Gets it by the last man. That's a goal for UCLA. As it's Toon to get by the second man, and then third man, just no touch to be had there. That is unfortunate for South Dakota. That's a very savable ball, but for UCLA, they'll take what they can get. They don't ask how, they ask how many. The Coyotes are drowning in shots while being starved of boost. Starving, drowning Coyotes, that sounds like a Roadrunner's heaven right there. And right now, UCLA are acting like the Roadrunner. They are running circles around these Coyotes. As South Dakota looking for answers. Chewy's got a good save here going towards the corner with it, but the deflection. Toon sends it back mid, looks for a piece of the Coyotes. They're bumping each other. You can't bump me if I bump him first. The strategy there, and that shot, good save. Great save by Kier, reaching back, and now Kier a chance to put one. It's on target, but Scrumpy will not have any problems with it. Instead, it's a transition play going from one side of the field to the other. Scrumpy has an open net to shoot on because the goalie got smacked. And it's 3-0 UCLA. Watch the backfield. Uncle Sam, goodbye. Toon gives him a one-way trip into the Shadow Realm. It's 3-0 here for the Bruins. UTSA mentioned the Roadrunners. Roadrunners are the Coyotes' nemesis, after all, an age-old tale. And for these Coyotes right now, UCLA, the Bears, the Bruins are causing lots of problems. That's going to be another turnover caused. Thanks to the demo, it'll be Uncle Sam back on the retrieval. Here comes Scrumpy to the backboard. No follow-up. It's a shot chance there for Toon. He fires it high. Rebound is there. It's one wave after the other, after the other. Scrumpy goes high. Toon goes high. He draws both defenders there, and then Darwin can just fire away towards the goal. A valiant effort from Uncle Sam, but there's no hope of saving it. The Bruins up by 4 here in game number 3. Guys, we're in danger of three straight sweeps on the Foxcast side of the broadcast tonight. Obviously don't know what's going to happen in game 4 yet, but game 3, the way it's going, it is not looking too pretty in South Dakota. In South Dakota, you've got, like, what, one national landmark, and you've got Rocket League. Other than that, it's just kind of flat. And for the Coyotes right now, they're going to need to find some kind of life here to be breathed into this game and into this series. It's going to be cleared here by UCLA. It's Darwin to go next, all the way through. Uncle Sam needed to come back for the save. Yo, Quantity is in the chat. Shout out to Quantity. One of the CCS veterans. Now pop fly. Here comes Scrumpy all the way through. Air dribble knocked away from him. Pop up. Here's Toon. Flip reset off the back wall. He's got his flip, but Chewy said no. How dare a granola bar stop my double tap, said Toon, but unfortunately it did. Chewy granola bars are indeed quite delicious. Good little pick-me-up. Right now, the Coyotes, they're going to need more than a little pick-me-up. They need a big pick-me-up. As they are headed straight for series point against the number 2 seeded UCLA Bruins. And UCLA going to put up another, not quite. It's an awkward bouncer, though. Chewy uses every ounce of boost to get that ball into the corner. UCLA right now, they're just playing with their food. We need a Coyote comeback. What's it going to take? What sort of voodoo do we need to do against UCLA here to avoid the 3 straight sweeps on the Foxcast side of the stream? And it is going to finally come to a close. Game 3 was awkward. It was tough for the Coyotes. And for the Bruins, a well-deserved 3-0 series lead after that one. They were not messing around here on DFH. They will dispatch South Dakota a 3rd straight time and put them at risk of being swept out of the CCS Championship. 1 for the road off the own goal here. As the deflection, Chewy sends it forward. Toon says, here you go. 1 for the road. What a save indeed. But it's UCLA with the dub 4-1. They just need more own goals like that. That might be the key. Oops, wrong quick chat. South Dakota, your season is now officially on the line. What do you have left to show us? Take a breath, shake it off, let's see what you got. Headed into the Coliseum. The Coliseum has seen 2 teams die tonight. Is this the final resting place for the Season 8 South Dakota Coyotes? We'll have to find out together. Let's lock in on your right. Here we go. Quick chat it up. Oops, sorry. Quick chat has been disabled. For 4 seconds. We're underway. Here in game number 4. A cast with only quick chats. That would be interesting. That would be a really good redeemable for a stream. Like a Twitch streamer like myself, a caster. If you have enough channel points, get to redeem, do an entire cast in only quick chats. I'm literally just yapping. Darwin's scoring. And he's going to blow kisses to South Dakota on this one as he bids them farewell. Right past you and into the net. The little dribby drab. And Darwin will score 1-0. There. I was cooking in terms of the stream ideas, but Darwin was cooking on the field, so. That sounds really fun. It would be tough as the caster. I'd have to probably have the quick chats written down, so that I could, like, use from a wide range, you know, expand my glossary of quick chat, so to speak. But could be interesting. That's a good idea for later. Right now, South Dakota, let's lock in. I've seen that quick chat in the chat. For the Coyotes, a 1-0 deficit early. A deficit is not something they're too afraid of or not used to in this series thus far. UCLA has put them down a lot in this series. Now Chewy, and unfortunately for him, he and Kier will have to watch as that ball gets pounded into the back of the net. As Kier was racing back, Chewy was racing across, and neither one could get a touch on that ball. It's 2-0 UCLA. Oh no, not the Kier slander. It's gone from if you have problems with Kier, we're gonna have problems to now the Kier should go pro. Well, here he is. It's going to be Kier reaching up. He fakes two men, set it up for Chewy, but no shot was there. Kier with the double fake. Takes a high IQ player to fake out two players, and that's exactly what Kier did. That's going to be a kill there, and Darwin was flying backwards and hits that ball towards his own goal. Needs to be collected by Toon and swept to the side under the rug. It'll be cleared here. UCLA out to midfield, but the Coyotes have advantage. Pitch. Off the backboard, Uncle Sam. That's going to be a drop down. They needed someone there to shoot. The only problem, the three vehicles around it were all UCLA. And now it's Chewy. Leaves it there. Uncle Sam towards midfield. There's just no space, no room. UCLA stripped it away once more. Chewy with the boost steal. Kier went for the bump, but Toon escapes him. Chewy will test Darwin's moxie. Darwin got bumped there by Scrumpy. Scrumpy says, I'll take this from here, and he goes for a little bit of a musty. Scrumpy going for a ride across the field, and Kier will deny the backboard touch from ever having a hope of finding a double tap. A tip there, and Darwin will score again here in Game 4. As Uncle Sam put it to the sidewall, he thought it was safe, but Toon was there, and then the pass just works perfectly for UCLA. They're up by 3 here, 3-0. As Darwin's got his second. These players like Champ 3? Nope, they're SSL 3. Pass down looking for South Dakota, unable to find one. I'm not quite sure of the rank of either team. If Nation were here, he would have a better answer. This is going to be a double tap attempt thrown towards the goal. Chewy got the bump, not the ball. This one's going to be flung forward. We've got quick chats going everywhere. Love to see it. My man is on a parking spot on top of the boost, and he's just watching as his team's getting scored on. Uncle Sam, what are we doing? He was parked on the upfield boost, and all he could do was sit there and watch as Darwin completes the hat trick. He plucks the ball away, and it's in the back of South Dakota's net before they knew what happened. It's 4-0 here for UCLA. Damn. Oh, Otter Lover has got some freaking chirps. I love that. About 2,200 elo for them altogether. That is a wild clapback. I appreciate it. I gotta applaud that one. That's good. That was spicy. Love that. Unfortunately, this series has turned into the type where I can kind of goof off as a caster, as the competition aspect is not exactly there anymore. UCLA really flexing their muscles here on South Dakota. The Coyotes, they did get their first dance in program history, but they ran into a absolute dominant UCLA Bruins squad. They've seen all sorts of goals, from own goals to stylish goals, fake outs, bumps. But the one thing we haven't seen is a competitive game up until this point for poor South Dakota. They're going to probably have to settle for the old top 64 finish. That shocked me when the caster said my name. Gasp! Let it be known, as of today, April 13th, 10:34 Eastern, Otter Lover 55 was shocked. And now, probably shocked even more. But it's going to be Chewy now. To the air, away from him. Darwin says, not today, sir. It's going to send it in for Scrumpy. He and Darwin going to work. Darwin's already got 3 goals, looking for maybe an assist here, but Toon was in the corner. Waiting on it. This isn't Rocket League. This is tough, is what this is. South Dakota, where are we at, Coyotes? We need the comeback here in the final 30 seconds. 4-goal spree to knock UCLA flat on their butts. They might actually get one. Darwin's a little awkward, but they couldn't race ahead to try and 50 him, as Darwin does get the clear. So this has been a quite the stream. The chat interaction has gotten absolutely W. Thank you all for tuning in. But unfortunately, if you're here for any sort of animal documentary, you just got to witness the Bears, the UCLA Bruins, take down the Coyotes. It wasn't pretty, but it was nature. And that is the nature of this series. UCLA 4-0 sweep over South Dakota. They continue to move on through the playoffs and CCS. As South Dakota, they get dispatched in 4. The final game score, 4-0. And the final series score, 4-0 as well. No, Kier 402 sucks. No, the Kier slander. It's happening. South Dakota stocks have dropped just a little bit, but as for the Coyotes, congrats on your dance. It's always nice to see new teams poke their head into the CCS Championship. That is exactly what we saw with South Dakota. But yeah, like I said, guys, you guys made chat an absolute delight. That is what I like as a caster. I love when chat is super interactive. Everybody's having fun watching some Rocket League. Was a bit of a smackdown here for UCLA, but that's okay. Chat had fun. Hopefully all the players had fun. And I believe Kier wished them luck in the rest of the CCS playoffs and RLCS, he said, so wishing UCLA luck. So good for Kier, good sportsmanship to have. Bob reference. Poor Bob. Yes, yesterday Bob was carrying, unfortunately could not carry hard enough, and he eventually got found out. The other team sniffed him out a little bit, figured out what Bob was up to, and they sent him into a defensive stranglehold. And once Bob went down, the rest of the team went down with him. So rip Bob, Texas A&M, they dropped yesterday. South Dakota have dropped. So to finish my stream, we have Akron, #1 seed, moving through. Of course, the defending champs, they swept Rhode Island 4-0. We had Syracuse sweep Villanova. That is the #5 seeded Syracuse Orange. They sweep their way through 4-0 on their day. And then finally, we just witnessed the sweep of South Dakota, courtesy of the hands of the Bruins. So, as you saw, South Dakota's season did come to a close here, but that is our 3 victors: Akron, Syracuse, and UCLA. Moving on through in the championship. But for Fox, this is it for me, guys. I'm going to hand it off to Nation. He'll be back live in about 20 minutes or so with the next games of the night, 11 p.m. and midnight Eastern. Expect some Rocket League there, and it'll be Nation. It will no longer be me. So I appreciate all of you, though. It's been a pleasure. Like I said, when chat interaction is a massive W as a caster, that is what you dream of. That is the perfect scenario. So shout out to the chat, shout out to the players. That's why we do it, what we do at CCS. I'm getting my replay set up. Make sure I don't have another Syracuse winner graphic on the screen. That was a unfortunate start to the game. I realized that as I transitioned the scene too, I said, wait a second, that's not good. And afterwards, it was all over for me. So, a tough night for me to end on there, but... Alright, let's see if we can get these highlights queued up. All right, guys, the replay should be good to go now, in case you missed any part of the UCLA victory here. But yeah, guys, that will do it for me. I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of your night. Enjoy Nation and enjoy more CCS Season 8 Championship Rocket League coming up soon. Before we hop out, we're going to rewatch the replays of UCLA, their victory, and we'll catch you on the next stream. So everybody have a good night. We'll catch you next time. All the love, and we'll be back soon.